Shalom, brothers and sisters, and greetings in Yahusha's name, in His love. Yesterday, I came across one teaching, and it was called Satan's Little Season. I don't want to say who was it, whose teaching it was, because this is not about who is teaching it, but what is teaching it, and what source he is relying on. If someone relies on the word of Yahweh only, I respect that. We know that there will be the little season. Satan will have the little season after the millennium, 1,000 years of millennium kingdom, when Yahusha returns. But Yahusha didn't come back second time. He didn't come second time yet. There was no millennium kingdom here yet. None of the scriptures confirms that we are in Satan's little season at all. But I'm not surprised that many start to teach those false doctrines and theories, and most of them are based on strange teachings, strange theories from the strange fire. Some of them secular, some of them from different occults, different religion sects, but not from the scriptures. I'm going to read passage from Matthew 24, verse 26. So if they say to you, "Look, he is in the desert," do not go out. Or, "Look, he is in the inner rooms," do not believe. For as the lightning comes from the east and shines to the west, so also shall be the coming of the Son of Adam. Nothing like this happened yet. Nothing like this happened yet. The time we are in, we're before the end times, before the tribulation. We're in a time of the birth and sorrows, the first pains, birth pains. And that's where a lot of deception is going to be. A lot of false prophets, false teachings, false theories. And they will come because people are straying from the path, from the narrow path, from the living word. Instead, they rely on a strange fire, the teaching which come from different sources, but not from Yahweh. And why is this? Because people cannot develop their relationship with the Creator. Because they think in a way of logic. They cannot think, they cannot connect with Yahweh because the way He communicates is different. You need to go to Him and truly come to Him and put pour your heart to Him, and He will. But if you don't make an effort, if you want everything easy, that's what happened to you. You will be discouraged, and you will be driven by fear, because you will not know what's going on. You would not receive the Ruach HaKodesh, and you will try to get to different teachings and get something from someone. Maybe someone will tell you what's going on, because you did not receive the truth. And those teachers on on those ones whom you rely on, they, most of them, are getting the same result, because as well, they also strayed. They went aside because of the weeds. Now, do you remember the parable of the seed? Because of the riches of fame, trials as well, pride. Many of those teachers facing those things, and that's why they don't hear from Yahweh anymore. Because the teaching about the false, that this is false teaching about this, that we are in Satan's little season. And I'm not going to go through this and try to defend what I'm saying, because if you read the word, and if you hear from Yahweh, and if you hear from the Ruach, if you have the divine power, the love of Yahweh, and His truth and life, His instruction in you, you would not even think twice. You will know this is not the season. We are not there yet. First of all, I just say shortly, the Millennium Temple is not here, and supposed to be in Jerusalem. And if you want to read about the Millennium Temple, you can go to Ezekiel, and the 47th chapter is good enough. To describe, I can even read for you. Okay, I can read for you some of it. And he turned me back to the door of the house, and look, water was flowing from under the threshold of the house toward the east, for the house faced east, and the water was flowing from under the right side of the house, from the south of the slaughter place. And he led me out by way of north gate, and took me round on the outside to the outer gate facing east, and look, water trickling out on the right side. And the man went out to the east, when the line, with the line in his hand, he measured 1,000 cubits, and he made me pass over into water to the ankles. I believe there are a few chapters here before you can read how the temple was exactly outside and inside, the measurements, and about all the rooms for the priests and the offerings and everything. This temple doesn't exist. If we live in a season of Satan, the little season, the temple will be there in Jerusalem. Another example of that we note in a season of Satan, little season, if we read from Isaiah 65, I just want to check where I am. Isaiah 65:20. No more is the infant from there going to live but a few days, nor an old man who does not complete his days. For the youth dies 100 years old, but the sinner being 100 years old shall be lightly esteemed. So I cannot see people living more than 100 years old. If someone lives 100 years old, that means he lives very long. Even if that will be after millennium, the people will live that long. But there is none who can live that long. Like more, like here is speaking, if you will be infant, you will live like 100, basically. You will be like a child. So people will live much longer. And this is not what is happening right now. And also, it says, I think it's in Yeshayahu 2, Isaiah 2. Just looking. Okay, Yeshayahu 2. The word to Yeshayahu, the son of Amos, concerning Yehuda and Jerusalem. And it shall be in the later days that the mountain of the house of Yahweh is established on the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow to it. And many people shall come and say, Come, and let us go up to the mountain of Yahweh, to the house of the Elohim of Jacob, and let him teach us his ways, and let us walk in his paths. For out of Zion comes forth the Torah, and the word of Yahweh from Jerusalem. This is not happening. There is no high mountain in Jerusalem. There is nothing like that. And there are another passages, and I want to read. I can do that. I can do one more for you, or two. Revelation 20. I just go. Revelation 20, verse 7. And when the 1,000 years have ended, Satan shall be released from his prison, and he shall go out to lead the nations astray which are in the four corners of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together for battle, whose number is as the sand of the sea. And they came up over the breadth of the earth and surrounded the camp of the set apart ones and the beloved city. And fire came down from Elohim out of the heaven and consumed them. I cannot see. This is nothing like this is there. There is no the kind of city which will have the set apart the righteous ones, the set apart ones with Yahusha. There is nothing like that, and these things didn't happen yet. These things were not established yet. Didn't happen. And by the way, the reign, the millennium, the kingdom would not be in one place. Yahusha will reign, and it will be entire world submitted to it, and people will have to come nations for the feast of Sukkot. Everyone has to come, otherwise it will be punishment. There will be no rain. So I don't see that people going anywhere. The nations going to the feast to Jerusalem or Jerusalem, and I see it's raining still. There is no punishment that the nations didn't turn up for the feast of Sukkot or tabernacles. I read Revelation 21 for you. 21 verse. And I saw a renewed heaven and renew earth. For the former heaven and the former earth had passed away, and the sea is no more. And I, Yohanan, saw the set apart city renewed, Jerusalem, coming down out of the heaven from Elohim, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. So this, some people say, who actually put that theory forth about that is we live in the season of Satan, the little season of devil or Satan, that the doesn't matter if there is no establishment of the city in Millennium Kingdom, because it is not real, like it's not physical on earth, but is renewal in heaven. But this happened only after Satan is going to be uh, taken and will be burned, will be thrown in a lake of the fire after the season, the little season, and the battle with Gog and Magog. As the coming of our Master Yahushua Messiah and our gathering together to Him, we ask you, brothers, not to become easily unsettled in mind or troubled, either by spirit or by word or by letter, as is from us, as if the day of Yahweh has come. Let no one deceive you in any way, because the falling away is to come first, and the man of lawlessness is to be revealed, the son of destruction. So first the falling away has to come, and then the son of perdition will appear. We live in this time when people get deceived by false teachings, and Yahushua warned us about this. And why? Because people are distant themselves from the truth, from Yahushua, because they don't fellowship with the Creator, because they live by fear, because they did not receive the love which conquers fear. Because if you truly receive the love from Yahweh, praying in Yahushua's name, because Yahweh's word is love, you would not live by fear. And that's what fear does to people. They desperate for some teaching or something so they can take it, they can understand. And usually it's from men who are also don't know. They don't know what they actually speak about, because they can't understand the word anymore, because they separate themselves from Yahweh. And like I said, with the parable of the seed, we know there are different grounds. It makes me, I'm very sad about this, what is going on. Those teachers have big responsibility. I don't know what's happened, because many of them were doing pretty good in the beginning. We cannot rely on men, and the word of Yahweh said you should not trust the man whose breath is in his nostrils. The man whose breath is in his nostrils, I means men, cardinal men. There are few people who see what's going on. But like another scripture says, many are called, but few are chosen. If you don't get yourself together and start to seek the truth and enter the narrow gate, you will end up with your hand in a toilet. With Yahweh and His word, which is light of the world, you can't go wrong. And Yahusha said, whoever has the light would not stumble, but who does not will stumble because he walks in darkness. And when he also said, Yahusha said, that he does the works because it's a daytime. But night is coming and no one will be able to do any work. We're living in nighttime here. It's night. And if you don't have the light of Yahusha in you, you will stumble. And no one except Yahusha can pick you up. No one who has the Ruach. No one, only those who have the Ruach can help you. And basically, the best way is to trust in the Most High. You be careful, because it can be too late. I'm surprised how many people rely on teachings of men. Seek Yahweh with all your heart, all your mind, all your soul, all your strength. Through Yahushua Messiah as a mediator, the Savior from Yahweh. There is no other way. Don't waste your time on listening to people's teachings. They just messing with your head. And everyone is saying, this one says something else, this one says something else. The word of Yahweh is clear. There is no confusion. Wake up. You need to receive the Ruach. You need to receive the living word. Without this, you have no discernment. You would not be able to withstand what is coming. The deception which is only starting it will get much worse. Get yourself together. Ask Yahweh to prepare you for it. Doesn't matter how long or maybe how much that will cost you, because He doesn't accept half 50%, like I said, 20%, 90%. He wants it all. He wants your full commitment. Surround yourself. You need to surround yourself all entire your life to Him through Yahushua Messiah. I'm just really shocked what's going on in the body. If someone can even think about some ridiculous theory like this that is happening now, that we are in Satan's little season, what's happened to people, to the believers? You reckon you have a set apart ruach? You have the love of Yahweh in you? You think it's coming automatically? It does not work this way. If you don't commit, you don't really ask for it, you would not receive. If you ask for wrong thing, you will receive what you ask for. I love you in Yahushua Messiah, but it's not my love.